Recorded. Okay, everybody, Imar Subkut, the Sports Inquirer, and we're happy to be joined by Hannah Keeling, the head coach of Georgia State women's tennis. Hannah, how has the season been going so far for the team as you progress through the spring portion of the schedule?
Well, good morning. Thank you for having me. It's been going good so far. We started pretty early this year. We went down to Florida. We had three very good, strong matches in Florida, and it was great for me to see, where we're at as a team. Having recently taken over the position at Georgia State, it was the first time I'd seen the team compete together fully. We've definitely had some injuries in the fall, and that we're eventually coming together to be healthy. So I'm very excited to see where this team can go as we progress through the season. And we started off well. I think that we could see where we need to push forwards as a team for our next matches, but we competed hard against some very, very good teams, and I'm excited to see what we can do.
Yeah, how do you assess or indicate progress with the team? You mentioned injuries and obviously the pandemic, players being in and out of lineup due to COVID. How do you want to win every match, I'm sure, but do you look more just how do you determine if progress is being made with the team, especially during the non-conference portion of the schedule?
Yeah. So this year I had to base that off what I saw in the fall as well, as I really only had 4 or 5 players that were healthy in the fall. When I took over, we had some ongoing injuries. The fall was all about rebuilding the team, and that's what we're continuing to do, especially as we progress through this preseason. Finally, I have everybody's out there ready to go. It's just all about building and getting confidence and playing those matches, getting as many in as we can under our belt, and then it will naturally start to happen. And as more confidence gets built up when a player's been sat out due to injury or new players, I have 2 new players on the team. Things start to move positively and quickly for us. So I'm excited.
Yeah, who have been some standout players for the team? And I looked at the record. You've had some success in the doubles matches, so it seems like that's been a positive to take from it. But who have been some doubles units or maybe some individuals who have had some good starts to the year?
Yeah, I actually, the girls won 2 out of the 3 doubles points, which is something that we really wanted to focus on, especially at the start, because doubles point is always key for our matches. So I have my 2 seniors, Eva Chivu and Andrea Stanescu, and Angel Carney and Sofia Golubovskaya. I hope I said her name right. But she was my transfer from Syracuse, Sophia. So I've paired her up with Angel, and they've been a very successful team for us so far. And my 2 seniors from Romania, they've been holding the fort down at the number 1 position. So I'm excited to continue momentum in doubles, and as we get fitter, continue momentum in the singles as well.
Yeah, and then how about you? This is your first year with the team. You have history in the state of Georgia. Well, what was the appeal to come back to the state of Georgia and become the head coach at Georgia State?
So for me, I've been in Atlanta actually for the whole time I was here in the States, so just over 10 years now, and Atlanta is home for me. I've always loved Georgia State, and everything that the school is about, that it's in downtown Atlanta. I love that aspect, and the Sun Belt Conference is just such a fantastic conference. So when this opportunity came, I was like, got to go for it and get back to my roots in Atlanta.
Yeah, and what have been some of your assessments just of the program and even just the state of tennis in Atlanta coming back? I know you had a 1-year stint outside of Atlanta, but coming back here, what have you noticed just with the program and where it's at and where it can progress to?
Yeah, I mean, I think sky's the limit here at Georgia State. Especially with the tennis program. Being a division one sport in tennis, there's lots of opportunities for young women for good scholarships in tennis. And Atlanta is such a huge tennis city. You have to take advantage of that. I mean, there's so many people, a lot of national, international events in Atlanta. So they're just thriving with juniors, top national juniors. So for me, just keep recruiting and keep building the program. And these girls that I have right now are a fantastic group of girls. And I've just been building and getting everything together from the fall, really.
Yeah, you have roots also working with in Marietta with some of the youth tennis players and in the club level. How important is that for you to develop that relationship and get the talent? You mentioned a lot of international players, but also I'm sure there's players in Metro Atlanta and the surrounding counties that you want to bring to the program. So how important is it to establish those roots within Greater Atlanta?
Yeah, I felt quite lucky to have worked in the club scene prior to college, especially in Atlanta, because it helped with some really great connections. Now that I'm back in Atlanta at Georgia State, so I mean the Atlanta tennis scene and the juniors coming up, I feel like it's some of the best in the country, in the city of Atlanta. So just being here and being able to help build this program and continue to develop it and have some local Georgia kids would be huge for Georgia State.
And how do you balance that out? Because there's only so many players on a roster, and obviously you have a very strong international presence. How do you recruit and just go through that process of selecting the best player for the program?
Yeah, I think for local players, it's all about the UTR ranking, it's called, and I'll look at their national and state ranking as well. That helps give me a comparison to the international ranking. But in Georgia, there's a lot of opportunity for players to also come to school through different state scholarships as well, where they wouldn't have to pay anything out of pocket. But obviously, I would love to have a strong national player, and that's a no-brainer for me to get a Georgia player on the team, American player on the team that's very good nationally.
I was also doing my research and see that you play professionally. Do you still have a chance to go out and do professional matches, or do you do more amateur? How do you still get to play yourself individually?
Well, I've hung my rackets up to the pro stuff, but I love playing. I love competing. I think, that's why I love college coaching, because it keeps me very competitive. And in Atlanta, I still play Alta, like the mixed doubles team stuff out of Atlanta with some ex players and pros. So we're on a team together, and it's always fun to play in the summer.
And does that help you with your coaching, still being active, still being involved, just knowing the physical and mental attributes that are needed for a successful tennis player and a team?
Absolutely. I think to be able to still to play with the girls and still compete and to try and add that dynamic as well is really important for me as a coach, and I want to hold on to it as long as I can, because I think having that, bringing energy and helping bring the girls up that way, and just always having some aspect of competitiveness will help the team.
Yeah, and then lastly, you now have Clark Atlanta coming up, hopefully within the next week or so, and then I think Mercer, you said afterwards. We're talking off camera.
Mhm.
How do you prepare for this upcoming week of matches? You mentioned inclement weather. We're recording. It's rainy outside, so that gets thrown in there as well. But how the next few days? How do you handle that as you prepare for these upcoming matches?
We're lucky that we have a lot of indoor facilities around. So we'll go to Lifetime in Norcross. Anytime that it rains, we'll go up there and use the indoor courts. So it's only about a 30-minute drive for us. And the girls will always be in conditioning, doing something tennis specific, especially when it rains, just to make sure that we keep pushing forwards and getting stronger.
Well, Coach, thank you for your time. We greatly appreciate it, and hopefully we'll catch up later on in the season.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Have a good day.